Hey guys, long time no see. This is Jacqueline at Homeschool Hangout by Nerd Family, and today we are going to be looking at Understanding Fractions, Percents, and Decimals by Critical Thinking Company, and we're going to take a look at it, give some thoughts on it, but first and foremost, if you like these videos, you need to subscribe, like, comment, find us over at Homeschool Hangout by Nerd Family on Facebook, Homeschool Hangout XYZ on YouTube now, but also on Instagram and TikTok. Yes, I did it. And I also want to just upfront say I received this complimentary product through the Homeschool Review Crew. It was no cost to me. I am not being paid for my thoughts, and they are still my thoughts, even if I was being paid. So first things first, the first thing I did, of course, was unbox it. So let's hop over there where you're going to get a really good view of some of the pages. So today is new math book day, and we are opening up this one from Critical Thinking Company. I did get it to review, but it's Understanding Fractions, Percent, and Decimals for my youngest. So this looks like a great, for those of you who don't know, I absolutely love the Critical Thinking Company. And we start off with review. And this is great for a kid who's just struggling in something if you're using a different math curriculum, or you can use this as a straight curriculum. I know for us, we've gotten him to do a lot of mechanics, but we have a little bit of struggle with fractions and abstract thinking, more that algebraic thinking. So yeah, so this is great. These are pop-out worksheets. You can make copies for your family. He is my youngest, so we won't be using these for anyone else. But you can use them for your whole family. I've done critical thinking worksheets before. And then the answers are in the back. So love it. Good thick paper. For those of you who know, I'm a planner nerd. I love a good thick paper. So yeah, so this is what we're starting today. So I love this book. Now, for those of you who don't know, I already have a deep, abiding passion with the Critical Thinking Company. They put out, I think it's called Building Thinking Skills, that helps teach logic development, starting in first grade all the way through. They have Editor-in-Chief we've done the Roots books, we've done a lot of things with them with my other children. This is the first thing I've done with my youngest, who he's only been in the family for a year. So this was our first foray into it. And I love it. I love this book. I love this book. I love these people. So how do I start with it? This is actually their second fractions book. So it starts off with a little review. And it's just 3 pages just to make sure they've got a decent basis. And this, like most of their, I think all of their books, are designed to be kind of standalone. Parents don't have to do a lot of work on it. There are full walkthroughs for the parents. There's answer keys, but it is kind of set up for the kids to do themselves a little bit. So for example, these are just the review pages I've pulled out. They have a whole section on equivalent fractions and on how to use the multiplication table. Then they do a worksheet to go through it. And then in the back are the answers. Now, we've done something here that we've rarely ever done. Only your Building Thinking Skills books were books you could write in. But because this is my youngest, we've let him just write in books. It's crazy. I understand. But I want to front load with just reminding everyone, Critical Thinking Company, the material is all reproducible for single home or classroom use. Now, for homeschoolers, that's phenomenal because it can go through all your kids. And I mean, even for me right now, I'm pulling out curriculum I thought I was done with, but we just didn't write in. So we love that aspect of this because you can actually just photocopy it if you want something to write on. The other thing is if you're doing any kind of co-op, private class, anything like that, you can buy one of these, reproduce it for the whole classroom, and be good. And the price on this, if I remember correctly, was just like $15. It obviously was sent to me for free, but it was only like $15. And so I love that aspect. It made me feel better as a parent for investing in these two, because they're not complete curriculums. And sometimes you're like, oh, should I spend the money? But I can use it for all the kids. So why not? I love that. And like I said, it is set up for the kids to do it on their own. It does go through fractions, and it gets deeper into like multiplying and dividing and all the shortcuts that go with it. And then that translates into decimals. So I'm a math nerd. If you've never seen any of my videos before, I'm a giant math nerd. I was a math tutor in high school and college. Percentages was something that I think they missed for me in elementary school completely. As in, I would be in the store and my mom would just say, okay, math nerd, what's 33% off if it's this? And then compound it. I was fine with that. But then when you compounded it by the coupon after that, and then another thing off of that, I was just screwbled. So percentages are something students frequently struggle with, and manipulating fractions. So I love the idea of having this separate book. This just does say 4th grade through 6th grade, but remember, those are guidances and suggestions. If your student's in high school and still struggling with percentages, grab it, go through it. It doesn't have it doesn't have room for the work in the books if they need to be doing a whole lot. So for example, solve the following problems and then check, show your work. So it does 1 1/2 plus 1 3/8 equals. And then on the check, they move things around a little bit. They take your answer, subtract one of them, and then you should get the other. Your student, if they're converting it to improper fractions, which many students do until they really get the hang of it, they might need some extra paper or a notebook to go along with it. And I really recommend that parents always ask to see the math work, because you can always review it later and see where they made their mistake. So just a heads up, this is full of math problems. It's not full of workspace, which I personally appreciate, because binder paper I can always pick up for cheap. I would rather get plenty of good math in this. It even goes into your percent word problems, your fraction word problems, your decimal word problems. So it doesn't just stop at the basic manipulation line. It also handles it in such a way that how do I say this? Often, students who struggle with fractions or decimals specifically really struggled at some level with the deep concept of your places, meaning not just your ones, your tens, your hundreds, but also your tenths, your hundredths, your thousands, your 10,000ths. And this will really help lock in those place value manipulations, which will help not just the mechanics of writing their math down, but a deeper understanding of that will help their manipulation on the spot in their mind. So you're in a store, tell me what this percent is. That really will help long-term with life skills, money skills, budgeting skills, paying your taxes, all of that. So I feel like fractions and decimals and percent get short shrift in a lot of curriculums and in a lot of classrooms. So even if you are not a homeschooling parent, you can still pick these up. They don't sell exclusively to anyone. I recommend this book for anyone with a student who might have a little bit of a struggle in any of these areas, or you just want to lock it down. It's a great summer workbook. It's not super complicated. It's not super hard. It's about 55 pages of math. So that is something that can easily be done over a short couple-month period if you just are taking it really light. I fully endorse this product. I fully endorse this company. There are always coupons. There are always deals. They often have free PDFs. They have an online classroom where you can do demos and samples of different things they produce. I will include a link to all of those in the bottom. I highly recommend you check them out. I highly recommend you use a coupon. I think I just got one in the email saying that there's free shipping. So I'm going to have to take a little look-see myself and hop on over. If you want to see more reviews on critical thinking company materials, I'm part of a group that we all got sent a bunch of different products. So make sure you follow the link in my description over to a list of all kinds of reviews, blog reviews, Instagram reviews. Any platform you're on, there's going to be a great review. And there are all different types of products, from algebra, critical thinking skills, all of it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.